All right, Tej, we are live.
All right, excellent.
Beautiful. Oh,
I
the
took us
webcam
away.
go away. Not what I meant to do. Round one. There we go with the outdated 11/15/2021.
Always net though.
Shows you what we meant to do. What we meant to do
What
last
happened
week.
was always
Mute and refresh so that we'll bring up the new video and mute. All right, Tej, we are live. That as well. Fantastic. 0 viewers so far.
excellent.
Oh, it's all going according to plan.
Yes, that's the way we like it. That's the way we like it here.
Let's see. Gentleman Octopus answer forms. Get link.
Get
Copied.
linked on, son. We covertly put the football game over here.
That is in YouTube, and I'm putting it in Twitch now.
Not so covert.
That is in YouTube. Thought I had you muted. There we go.
It's like I'm coming back.
3 viewers. Hey, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. It is not the 15th. It is the 22nd, but this is Gentleman Octopus.
We got that right.
Same it is every Monday at 9 o'clock Eastern. In just a few minutes, we're going to get started with our game tonight. So thanks for joining us, and make yourselves comfy. I know we definitely have. Hanging out with our scotch and water. This is Hamilton's year-aged single
Space
malt
Dad.
Speyside.
Speyside,
Yeah,
yep.
good stuff. Clink, TJ?
Yeah.
Solid clink. There we go. So, welcome to the fun.
Anybody who's a big fan of Jimmy Eat World might recognize Speyside.
There we go. All right. Viewer count just doubled. Fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. I will once again paste the answer forms into Twitch. Here it is in YouTube. And we'll be getting started, like I said, in just a few minutes. Let's bring up our supporter screen and drop some thanks. I'd like to shout out our thank yous to Gwen Abrams, Adam Francois Watkin, and Rachel Schumann, to Michelle Martin, Claire Fisher, and Will Gilbert. Thank you also to Gail Angeles, Stephen Glassman, and Mark Dawson. Also like to say thank you to Jerome Verid, Adam Connor, and Carrie Bonnell. Thank you, Ken Buxton, Marnie Helfrich, Lindsay Henry, and Jordan Lax. And we'd also like to say thank you to Dan Fitzpatrick, and last but certainly not least, Sarah Ann Rapp, the partner of the Octopus and partner of mine, who has, again, contributed a question to tonight's game.
Excellent.
So we got 3 writers on the set, just the way we like it.
Mm-hmm.
And look for that in round number 5. A little bit different
excellent.
this time
Ooh,
around.
okay.
A little bit different. A little moving things around.
Still moving it around.
Still moving it around.
Playing a shell game with it.
And I know she's doing that thing with your paws. Of course, you know, webcam's not on. So
Well, that's fine. Maybe people didn't need to see that.
Oh, people didn't see like moving things with your paws like that.
DJ Kitty.
DJ Kitty Cat. Do 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 do. Claire is asking if we can get the answer sheets link on Facebook.
Yes, you can.
Wonderful. TJ's taking care of that at the moment, Claire. Let's move on to our rules screen, which you'll notice for your benefit and ours, I have increased the text size.
What about being for the benefit of Mr. Kite? Does anybody think about Mr. Kite?
Mr. Kite's SOL. I'm sorry. Please submit your answers using the Google form links that we provided in the comments on the video. Make sure on each one of those that you include your team name and that you only submit each form once. We're only looking for it one time.
Mm-hmm.
There will be 5 rounds of 8 questions, and your middle round will be a music round with a theme. While we're briefly paused, I'm just gonna take a look at something and make sure I've got it right. Okay, cool. That's open.
Make sure you change
Round
the answer
2.
sheets.
No, I changed the answer sheets. I definitely did that. I'm just making sure I reopened the answer forms. Round 1 and 2 are open. Round 3 is open.
Yep.
Round 4 open, and round 5 is also open. It's almost like I know how to do my job. Good for me.
Almost after
Almost.
I'm almost 2 years of doing this.
So again, there will be 5 rounds of 8 questions, and your middle round will be a music round with a theme. We'll tell you a little bit more about how to play that once we get to round number 3.
You may notice a little bit brighter because you changed the light bulbs.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
So you might need to turn that down slightly.
Oh, it's on the second lowest setting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're not blowing out. No, we're a little peachy.
A little peachy.
A little peachy.
Peachy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feel free to play individually or team up using a group chat. Each correct answer to a question is worth 1 point unless otherwise noted. The primary exception for that is in the music round, where the title is worth 1 point and the artist is worth an additional 1 point. That is not linked together. You don't have to get both parts of the question right in order to get points. You can give us a correct title, incorrect artist, incorrect title. You'll get 1 point for one of those things, provided it's correct. Questions will be read once and then recapped. Following that recap, we'll put up a 3-minute timer, and at the end of that timer, you will submit your answers. There will be no final round, and no tiebreaker will be written or used unless we have a first place tie, in which case both of those things will have to occur.
Oh no.
Anyway, that's it for our spiel.
That is indeed it for our spiel. It's 9:01.
It is. I just saw us get one more viewer, so I just want to see
Yeah.
if we can give us another minute or two while everything trickles in. So, yeah, just wanted to address the fact that obviously we didn't have a game last week.
There was a reason.
There was a reason.
Not out and out laziness. That
No,
only
not
came
out-
in second.
Yes, out and out laziness does sometimes threaten to be like, let's do it Wednesday. No, that's never happened because of out and out laziness. No, there was a reason. We can't tell you what that reason was, but I think some people have figured it out. Anyway, everything hopefully will be fun with that. Could be a really good reason. But it was, anyway, a lot of fun, and we can't wait to bring you the questions that we wrote from last week and that we get to finally air this week.
Also, let us get ahead on next week.
It's also nice to be ahead. Yeah, it really is. I wasn't too broken up about it because it's real nice to get ahead. Oh, there we go. We jumped to 15 viewers from 9.
Excellent.
Perfect. All right. Well, I'm ready to get started if you are.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Who wants to start?
I don't
can
know.
do it. I can
You
do
want
it.
to go first?
Yeah.
All right. Here you go. Take it away.
Round number
TJ.
1. Question number 1. A 1979 novel by William Golding and a 1989 work by William Styron, subtitled A Memoir of Madness. Both share what paradoxical 2-word title? What paradoxical 2-word title is shared by a 1979 novel by William Golding and a 1989 work by William Styron, subtitled A Memoir of Madness? What paradoxical 2-word title do those both share? That's question number 1.
Question number 2. What South Pacific country contains the islands of Espiritu Santo and Ifate, the latter of which is the site of its capital, Port Vila? Port Vila is the capital of what South Pacific country that contains the islands of Espiritu Santo and Ifate? Espiritu Santo, I believe, is the largest in terms of area and population, but it is Ifate that contains that capital, Port Vila. What South Pacific country are we describing? That's question number 2. Your turn, my friendo.
Question number 3. What team holds the NBA Finals record for highest single game field goal percentage after shooting a ridiculous 62.5% from the field in their only win in the 2009 NBA Finals? So what team holds the finals record for the highest single game field goal percentage, shooting 62.5% from the field in their only win in 2009?
Yep.
So what team only won one game in the 2009 NBA Finals, but made it a good one?
Apparently. Yeah, an all-timer.
That's question number 3.
Question number 4. A created word describing the vindication of godliness in the face of evil titles what philosophical work by Gottfried Leibniz, in which the thinker introduces the zealous insistence that we live in the best of all possible worlds. The maxim that we must live in the best of all possible worlds first appears in what Gottfried Leibniz work, which is titled For a Created Word Describing the Vindication of Godliness in the Face of Evil. What is the name of that work? That's question number 4.
Question number 5. Prior to O.J. Made in America, what Russian film was the longest to win an Academy Award? Released between 1966 and 67, this film of 4 installments clocks in at 431 total minutes. So prior to O.J. Made in America, which I believe was 8 parts, what was the longest film to win an Academy Award? Released between 66 and 67, this film of 4 installments clocks in at 431 total minutes. What is that Russian film? That's question 5.
Question number 6. With stinging hairs compared to hypodermic needles, what type of plant from the family Urticaceae partly names the cnidarian seen on the following slide? So on the following slide, we're going to show you an animal that is a member of the family Cnidaria, or is it it's a phylum, right? I think it might be a phylum.
Yeah.
Anyway, that cnidarian shares part of their name with what plant from the family Urticaceae?
You mean sometimes it is Cnidaria?
Sometimes it is Cnidaria. Yep. Yeah, we wanted to start a band called It's Never Cnidaria because I used to buzz in a lot on Quiz Bowl questions with Cnidaria, which I would get anytime there was a Cnidaria question. But I also had the tendency to think that all the phylum questions were Cnidaria. Oh, it ends with Azoa. It must be Cnidarian. Anyway, we're looking for the name of the plant from the family Urticaceae that partly titles this cnidarian. What is that plant, or what is that cnidarian? That's question number 6. It's not just a jellyfish.
Question number 7. In 1960 and 1975, France recognized the independence of 2 island countries in the Indian Ocean. Name both of them. So you will need 2 answers for this one. In 1960 and 1975, France recognized the independence of what 2 island countries, both located in the Indian Ocean? Name both of those. That is question 7.
And question number 8, your last one of the round. Seen on the following slide with skin both on and off, what type of bean with a Hindi-derived name is used in varieties of dal and dosa? Here we go. Those are the beans. On the left, the skin is on. On the right, the bean has been split and the skin removed. What is this type of bean with a Hindi-derived name that is used in varieties of dal and dosa? Give us the name of that bean. That is question number 8. Let's bring it back now for the question recap. Here we start with question number 1.
Question number 1. A 1979 novel by William Golding and a 1989 work by William Styron, subtitled A Memoir of Madness, both share what paradoxical 2-word title? What paradoxical 2-word title is shared by both a 1979 novel by William Golding and a 1989 work by William Styron? And that is question number 1.
And question number 2. What South Pacific country contains the islands of Espiritu Santo and Ifate, the latter of which is the site of its capital, Port Vila. No, it's not Etouffee.
Etouffee.
The island of Etouffee.
Etouffee.
Yeah. What South Pacific country contains the islands of Espiritu Santo and Ifate, the latter of which is the site of its capital, Port Vila? Name that South Pacific country described by those clues. That's question number 2.
Question number 3. What team holds the NBA Finals record for the highest single-game field goal percentage after shooting a ridiculous 62.5% from the field in their only Finals win in 2009? So what team holds the NBA Finals record for the highest single-game field goal percentage, making it a gentleman's sweep in 2009? Sweep. That's question 3.
Question number 4. A created word describing the vindication of godliness in the face of evil titles what philosophical work by Gottfried Leibniz, in which the thinker introduced the zealous insistence that we live in the best of all possible worlds? What is the name of that Leibniz work? That's question number 4.
Question number 5. Prior to O.J. Made in America, what Russian film was the longest to win an Academy Award? Released between 1966 and 67, this film, a 4 installment, clocks in at 431 minutes. Multiple bathroom breaks required. That's why it was 4 separate
movies.
theatrical films.
4 movies.
What is that film? That's question number 5.
Question number 6. With stinging hairs compared to hypodermic needles, what type of plant from the family Urticaceae partly names the cnidarian seen on this slide? Sorry, hiccup.
Hiccup.
So again, with stinging hairs compared to hypodermic needles, what type of plant from the family Urticaceae partly names the cnidarian seen in this image right here? That's question number 6.
Question number 7. In 1960 and 1975, France recognized the independence of 2 island countries that were both in the Indian Ocean. Name both of them. Name both the countries that France recognized in 1960 and 1975, respectively, of their independence in the Indian Ocean. That's question 7.
Probably important just to clarify that France recognized the independence, but it's not like they just recognized their independence. They recognized their independence from them.
Yeah.
Their independence from France. Question number 8, just in case I left that out. Seen on the following slide with skin both on and off, what type of bean with a Hindi-derived name is used to make varieties of food such as dal and dosa? So on the left, you see that bean with its skin intact, and on the right, you see that bean with the skin removed and split. I believe those are cool beans. Hey, no answers in chat, Stephen.
Those are cool beans.
But yeah, give us the name of these type of beans with a Hindi-derived name. That is question number 8, which means it is time for y'all to submit your answers. So first of all, good luck, everybody. We're going to figure out what kind of music you're going to listen to tonight. If you're feeling generous and have the means to do so, please support us using Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. We've got, let's see, Venmo is at McKinney-Sizemore. PayPal is ksizemore@hotmail.com, and Cash App is #McKinney Lee Sizemore. I'm not sure if you actually need the money sign or not.
You always need the money.
Always need the money, though.
Let's
Let's
some
see.
blues.
Okay, TJ wants to hear blues. We're going to blues it up, and we will see you in just a bit. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Okay, good call.
All right, it is time to go over those round one answers.
Yep,
and see who we got tonight.
For sure. Starting with question 1.
Question number 1, a 1979 novel by William Golding and 1989 work by William Styron, subtitled A Memoir of Madness, both share what paradoxical two-word title? And that paradoxical two-word title is Darkness Visible.
Mm-hmm. Yep. William Golding, not to be confused with William Goldman, who did The Princess Bride, which one team gave us was the answer. I like the idea of going with what you know, but I also love the idea of The Princess Bride, A Memoir of Madness.
That's good.
That is pretty great. Question number 2. What South Pacific country contains the islands of Espiritu Santo and Ifate? The latter of which is the site of its capital at Port Vila. That would be Vanuatu. Vanuatu. Excellent flag that they have. It is red. It has a black triangle. It is intersected with yellow lines that go diagonally outside the triangle and across. And it has a curled tusk, which represents its chieftain.
Cool. And we do not have it yet.
No, we do not.
Question number 3, what team holds the NBA Finals record for the highest single-game field goal percentage after shooting a ridiculous 62.5% from the field? Well, it helps when the majority of them are dumps down to the post for Dwight Howard and the Magic.
That is exactly it.
That was Dwight Howard, Hedo Turkoglu, Rashard Lewis, Michael Petrus, and Jameer Nelson were the starting 5 in that one.
I mean, that's
that was good.
You got
It's a good team.
You got Michael Petrus.
Michael
Petrus.
He was a good shooter. What were number 20?
Question number 4. A created word describing the vindication of godliness in the face of evil. Titles what philosophical work by Gottfried Leibniz, in which the thinker introduced the zealous insistence that we must live in the best of all possible worlds. That would be Theodicy, not to be confused with Theodicy, of course.
Theodicy.
But Theodicy is what we're looking for.
Question number 5. Prior to O.J. Made in America, what Russian film, and Russian film was a big hint with this one, was the longest to win an Academy Award? It was released between 66 and 67, and if you get shot, you might be able to stop a bullet with...
Yeah.
War and Peace.
Both the VHS and the novel.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Somebody going over the trench with a VHS copy. That's a real bad reenactment.
Question number 6. With stinging hairs compared to hypodermic needles, what type of plant from the family Urticaceae partly names the cnidarian seen on the following slide? That would be a nettle. Those are sea nettles over there on the right.
Not to be confused with Jennifer Nettles of Sugarland.
No, not indeed.
She ain't settling.
Yeah, I got you. I heard you the first time.
She ain't nettling either.
Yeah, she ain't nettling.
Question number 7. In the 1960 and 1975, France recognized the independence of 2 island countries in the Indian Ocean. You need to give us both of them. You had to give us Madagascar and Comoros.
Yep, and those were the flags that they flew while under the French Republic. Madagascar and Comoros gained their independence from France in 1960 and 1975, and I believe were the last, maybe even the only, actually, territories that France had in the Indian Ocean that then became sovereign nations themselves. So, yeah. All right. Moving on to question number 8, seen on the following slide with skin both on and off. What type of bean with a Hindi-derived name is used in varieties of dal and dosa? We had a couple of
I just
teams...
thought it was corn.
Yeah.
Over there on the right.
That's why I had to give you 2 pictures. We had a couple of teams think that these were lentils, which lentils are a broad class that contain many different legumes. But these are... I feel like we got 4 right. I will check that. What's your team name, DM Fitz? Mung beans. Those are the ones. Mung beans. All right. TJ, introduce us to the teams. I will double check that. DM Fitz 9. Answer validated.
We've got third podium. Team Coast to Coast. Kanye West Nile Virus. Anky Panky. And Butterball Hotline. Gotta make that Butterball Hotline bling.
Kanye West Nile Virus. I don't have an answer for you in number 4. I have an answer for every other question, but not number 4. So it might have been mistakenly left blank or might have been deleted. Sorry about that, but answer number 4 did not come through for us. All right, gonna move that on now to question, or not question, but round
Number 2.
Number 2.
In question number 1, Guyana is the name for the upper portion of what South American river and tributary of the Amazon, considered the world's largest black water river?
Oh, black water, keep on rolling.
Guyana?
I
Guess.
I think it's Guinea.
Guinea?
I think it's Guinea.
Guinea is the name for the upper portion of what South American river and tributary of the Amazon, considered the world's largest black water river. You might find the Doobie Brothers there.
I think it's Guaiania.
Guaiania?
Guaiania.
All right. That's question 1.
Question number 2. Considered a twin film with Red Planet, what alliteratively titled 2000 sci-fi epic about a space expedition was the first, number 1, first theatrical film based on a Disney attraction, even though the attraction itself closed in the early 90s. That's right, the attraction closed in the early 90s. They made the film in 2000. But considered a twin film with Red Planet, what alliteratively titled 2000 sci-fi epic about a space expedition was the first film, theatrically released full-length feature film that was based on a Disney attraction? I say that because one of our favorite rides was actually a TV film before that.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually the first film based on a Disney attraction, just not theatrical or full
Well,
length.
I know what the first one that would be based on a Disney attraction, but the attraction came well afterwards.
Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on now to question number 3.
Question number 3. Medina Sidonia was the commander of what force?
Do you think he had any knights?
What?
Do you think he had any knights? We had the Knights of Medina Sidonia.
Yeah.
Down,
Dun,
down,
dun,
down.
One monarch gave the Tilbury speech to prepare an army to engage this force, not knowing the force had been repelled nearly 2 weeks ago at the Battle of Gravelines.
I think it's Gravelins.
Gravelines?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Medina Sidonia was the commander of what force? One monarch gave the Tilbury speech to prepare an enemy to engage this force, not knowing the force had been repelled nearly 2 weeks ago at the Battle of Gravelines. That is what you call a day late and a dollar short there.
That's more like Battle of New Orleans kind of thing. You know, like 2 weeks after the war. Yeah, we won the war. It was over, but yeah, good job.
That's question 3.
Gold star. Question number 4. Considered England's greatest gardener, the official landscape architect to King George III, born Lancelot Brown, is better known by what nickname that may have described Brown's aptitude for taking on a variety of projects? What was the nickname of George III's official landscape architect, born Lancelot Brown? Considered England's greatest gardener, this architect is better known by what nickname that may have described Brown's aptitude for taking on a variety of projects? What is that nickname? That's question number 4.
Question number 5. Yep, Weezer was right. Timbaland knows the way to reach the top of the charts. As a performer, the rapper/producer twice made it to the top spot. Once as the lead artist and once as a feature. Each time accompanied by what other artist? What other artist was on both tracks that Timbaland, the performer, got to the Billboard top spots?
Mm-hmm.
That is question 5.
Meant to say this earlier. Thank you very much, Claire Fisher, for your donation
Yes, thank you
during
very much,
the
Claire.
interim between rounds. Thank you very much. Cheers to that, TJ.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody else would like to chip in, you can do so at Venmo at McKinney-Sizemore, or use PayPal, ksizemore at hotmail.com, or Cash App using # McKinney Sizemore. All right. Question number 6. Right, indeed. Question number 6. Concrete waves are the calling card of what Brazilian architect who designed their country's pavilion for the 1939 World's Fair and the National Congress for the planned city of Brasilia? Concrete waves, again, are the calling card of what Brazilian architect who designed Brazil's pavilion at the 1939 World's Fair and also designed the National Congress for the planned city of Brasilia? What Brazilian architect are we looking for? That's question number 6.
It is indeed.
Your turn.
Yep. Question number 7. In geology, what term describes the study of rocks and fossilized creatures within the layers of the Earth? The same term is used in archaeology for a technique that dates artifacts at a dig site using a top-down, reverse chronological heuristic. So in geology, what term describes the study of rocks and fossilized creatures within the layers of the Earth? That same term is used in archaeology for a technique that dates artifacts at a dig site using a top-down, reverse chronological heuristic. What is that term? That's question 7.
And we'd also like to say thank you to Marnie Helfrich for their donation.
Hey,
Marnie,
thank you very much, Marnie.
thank you very much. And we're going to move on as I take this sip to the last question of round number 2. It's your Randy anagram.
Your nudist game is tearing me apart, Mickey.
Rearrange the following letters to form a 10-letter word. We got you a nudist game. Nudistgame. Your hint is this is wrong on so many levels. Nudist game. This is wrong on so many levels. Those are your letters. That is your clue. Give us a legit 10-letter word. That's question number 8. That's your Randy anagram. Let's take it out of the question recap, and TJ, take it away.
Question number 1. Guyana is the name for the upper portion of what South American river and tributary of the Amazon that is considered the world's largest black water river?
Also like to say thank you to Cheyenne Fletcher for their donation. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they're gonna
Really
get
appreciate
us
that.
drunk on scotch.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
To family.
To family. I've heard worse excuses to drink.
That's right. All right. Did you finish question 1?
I did.
All right, let's move it along to question number 2. Considered a twin film with Red Planet, what alliteratively titled 2000 sci-fi epic about a space expedition was the first theatrical film based on a Disney attraction, even though that attraction itself closed in the early 90s? What 2000 film are we looking for? That is question number 2.
Question number 3. Medina Sidonia was the commander of what force? One monarch gave the Tilbury speech to prepare an army to engage this force, not knowing the force had been repelled nearly 2 weeks ago at the Battle of Gravelines. What is that force? That's question 3.
Question number 4. Considered England's greatest gardener, the official landscape architect to King George III, born Lancelot Brown, is better known by what nickname that may have described Brown's aptitude for taking on a variety of projects? What is that nickname? That's question number 4.
Question number 5. Yep, Weezer was right. Timbaland knows the way to reach the top of the charts. As a performer, the rapper/producer twice made it to the top spot. Once as a lead artist and once as a feature. Both times accompanied by what other artist? What artist accompanied Timbaland on his 2 number 1s as a performer? That's question 5.
Question number 6. Concrete waves are the calling card of what Brazilian architect who designed their country's pavilion at the 1939 World's Fair and also designed the National Congress for the planned city of Brasilia? What Brazilian architect designed Brazil's 1939 World's Fair pavilion as well as the National Congress at Brasilia? That's question number 6.
Question number 7. In geology, what term describes the study of rocks and fossilized creatures within the layers of the Earth? This same term is used in archaeology for a technique that dates artifacts at a dig site using a top-down reverse chronological heuristic. What term is that? It's question 7.
And question number 8 is your Randy anagram. We're going to give you 10 letters. You rearrange those. Give us a 10-letter word. Your letters are nudist game. That's Nudistgame. And your hint is this is wrong on so many levels. This is wrong on so many levels. Nudist game. That's your hint. Those are your letters. Rearrange them and give us a 10-letter word.
And while you're at it, give us the rest of the answers too, because that is the end of round number 2. Please submit your answers. We'll see you in just a little bit. And remember, you can support us at Venmo at McKinney-Sizemore, PayPal at ksizemore@hotmail.com, and Cash App at $McKinney Lee Sizemore. So many have already done. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you very much. It's been a great night already. We are going to get into the break here from round number 2. Everybody submit your answers. Here's some blues. Yeah. See you soon.
All right, it is time to go ahead and look at those answers for round number 2, starting with question number 1.
That's how it goes. Here you go.
Question number 1, Guiana is the name for the upper portion of what South American river and tributary of the Amazon that's considered the world's largest black water? That is the Rio Negro.
Yep.
Look at the dolphin playing in the demarcation line.
Yep, you get a free Amazon dolphin there. But yeah, that's the Amazon there on the right and the Rio Negro there on the left, and they meet but don't mix because of the difference in their composition.
It's so like a layered shot.
It's like what do they call those? In the jar where it was peanut butter and jelly. What was that called?
Goobers.
Was that called goobers?
Those were called goobers.
Was it goobers?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's exactly what that is. Mm-hmm. Question number 2, considered a twin film with Red Planet.
Goober Grape, there it
Goober
is.
Grape. What alliteratively titled 2000 sci-fi epic about a space expedition was the first theatrical film based on a Disney attraction, even though the attraction itself closed in the early 90s. Yeah, and I have a hard time finding a picture of anybody having fun on this attraction. This is Mission to Mars. On the left is the Brian De Palma film. On the right is the arms folded enjoyment, in air quotes, of the Mission to Mars attraction. I mean, I'm sure it had great things going for it, and it was kind of the model for the pre-show for Mission Space and stuff like that. But
some real Pengu, well, now I'm not doing it energy going
people were not down for sitting in a chair and watching a thing for 20 minutes. Knock, knock, Universal Studios.
Yeah.
Anyway, the film was really expensive and was directed by Brian De Palma, of all people. Like,
he did Scarface, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got a known director. They spent a lot of money, and nobody wanted that either.
So question number 3, Medina Sidonia was the commander of what force? What farce? Yeah, there you go. One monarch gave the Tilbury speech to prepare an army to engage this force, not knowing the force had been repelled nearly 2 weeks ago at the Battle of the Gravelines. That is the Spanish Armada.
It is indeed the Spanish Armada. Love that painting. Look at the fire and the water and the choppiness. Oh, love it. The monarch who gave the speech was Elizabeth I. It was called the Tilbury speech, as it says in the question, which contains the famous line, "I may be but a weak and feeble woman, but I have the heart and stomach of a king." Which one over her supporters like, all right, yeah,
we can drink with her.
Yeah, exactly. That's the electorate. Anyway, question number 4. I didn't expect the Spanish Armada. Nobody does. That's the charm. That's the charm. Nobody expects the Spanish Armada. Everybody tripping over themselves. Oh, I got a Monty Python thing. I love it. Question number 4. Considered England's greatest gardener, the official landscape architect to King George III, born Lancelot Brown, is better known by what nickname that may have described Brown's aptitude for taking on a variety of projects?
If you watch Pointless, you know this guy. He comes up all the time. It's Capability Brown.
It is Capability Brown. And here's the twist. Capability Brown didn't describe his aptitude, as it says in the question. I said may have, but it doesn't. Capability Brown got his nickname because when he was like doing surveys of sites, he'd be like, yeah, the property is great capability. You know, we've got the capability to put in lawn over here. And, you know, these flowers are nice. There's a lot of capability there. We could probably bring in some of this. And then it's got a lot of capability. People are like, you say capability so much, that's your name now.
You are now Capability Brown. Yep, Weezer was right. Timbaland knows the way to reach the top of the charts as a performer. The rapper/producer made it to the top spot twice. Once as a lead and once as a feature, accompanied each time by what other artist? That would be Miss Nelly Furtado, obviously most notably on Promiscuous.
In that still.
Yep, but with Justin Timberlake and Nelly Furtado with Give It To Me.
It's also a really good song if you haven't heard it. Question number 6. Concrete waves are the calling card of what Brazilian architect who designed their country's pavilion for the 1939 World's Fair and also designed the National Congress for the planned city Brasilia? That is Oscar Niemeyer. There are 2 correct answers for question
2 people
6.
work on that?
Well, yes, but did 2 people also work on the National Congress? Let me just double check that. National Congress, Brasilia. National Congress of Brazil. Designed by... Where's the design? General election, National Congress building, Director board houses building. As with most of the city's government buildings, the National Congress building was designed by Oscar Niemeyer in the modern Brazilian style. If you're
No, that's not. There's not for the Timbaland question. It's just Nelly Furtado and Timbaland, and then it's Nelly Furtado, Justin Timberlake, and Timbaland.
Right. So Nelly Furtado was the only one who featured on both of the number ones.
On both.
Yep.
Yes.
There you go.
That was the question. Yep.
I was like, if the Oscar Niemeyer's two acceptable answers and someone can pull the other one, I mean, I'll give them points.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Question number 7 in geology. What term describes the study of rocks and fossilized creatures within the layers of the earth? The same term is used in archaeology for a technique that dates artifacts at a dig site using a top-down reverse chronological heuristic. That is
Stratigraphy.
Yeah.
We also gave credit to stratigraphy, stratology.
I almost said stratigraphy.
If it was strat and had a believable suffix of like ography, ology,
we'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. Anyway, question number 8 is your Randy anagram. We gave you the letters NUDISTGAME. That spells nudist game. And your hint is this is wrong on so many levels. That wasn't a pause, that was a belch.
Yep.
And it's wrong on so many levels, it goes to many different magnitudes. Yes. Odor at magnitude 8, magnitude 12. Approaching the giant ball of trash.
Yep.
All right.
Let's go through the scores. With my computer.
Fender Stratocaster for the win. No. I can identify a Stratocaster over stratigraphy. I can put those in a lineup and be like, no.
Tied for 4th place with 7 points apiece. We have Team Coast to Coast in 3rd podium. 3rd place, 9 points for Kanye West Nile Virus. And a tie for 1st place with Butterball Hotline and Anky Panky.
I love Anky Panky. That's a great team name. Yep.
And now it is all about to change.
Reminds me of how when I was talking about what would your Secret Service code name be, I'm like, I'd be Flashcard. I want to be Flashcard. All right, guys, it is music time, and that means you're going to hear 8 clips. 1 point will be given for each correctly guessed title, and 1 point for each correctly guessed artist. The theme is worth 2 points, and like always, there is a theme. So definitely take a guess at that. It's the most valuable question of the evening. We're going to paste the link to your music clips in the comments. So I'm going to go and get that Vocaroo link. And I'm going to put that in Twitch as I am doing right now. And I'm putting that in YouTube as I am doing right now. TJ's putting that in Facebook. And you'll have 10 minutes to submit. Feel free to listen, rewind, and listen again. But you won't see us or hear any filler music until that time has passed. We, however, T and I, will pop back on with 2 minutes to spare just to give you a little 2-minute warning, let you know it's getting close. But again, we won't put on any filler music until the time is up. Sexy Back went number 1 and featured Timbaland. Give It To Me went to number 1 and featured Justin Timberlake, right? Can you check on that?
That's not what I had.
I mean, is Timbaland credited?
Is he credited as a feature on it?
Right. I mean, I know he does the... Yeah. I know he does that part, but... I don't know if he's credited as a feature.
He is credited as a feature. Let me see if it went to number 1.
I would imagine it did.
Yep.
It did?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well,
it didn't come up on Timbaland's profile for some reason.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, so
We'll give
Timberlake's
credit for
acceptable
that.
if so. All right, cool.
Round 2, answer validator. So that turns that into a social.
All right, cool.
Okay, what does that do to the scores? Anything? We say as everybody's...
It shouldn't because, everybody got it. It's a social.
That's true. Good job. All right, anyway.
Now Butterball Hotline's leading with 12.
Oh, good for them. Good job, Butterball. All right, round 3 is starting, so best of luck, everybody. If you need any help, please let us know if there's any issue accessing the questions, but everything should be good. We'll see you in 10 minutes. I'll set the timer, and bye for now. All right, everybody, just a little bit less than 2 minutes, closer to 90 seconds, actually, until that timer runs out and you have to submit your answers. Best of luck, everybody. We'll be putting on some music in just a little bit. But remember, after you submit, this is probably the best time of the night to get yourself a break, powder your nose, refill your drink, grab a snack while we take care of the scoring updates and, yeah, all that. So, best of luck. See you soon. Okay, it looks like I forgot to put the clip for song number 8 in. That's a uncharacteristic error. I'll just give everybody credit for getting song number 8 correct. This is a 7-song music round now, but hopefully you'll still be able to figure it out. It was a good one, too. Damn. See you soon. This guy's just been informed of what I did wrong, so fun times over here. Time is now up. Make sure you get your answers in. Put in whatever you want for song number 8. We'll give you credit for it. Keep it tasteful. But, we'll see you soon. Get those answers in. Here is your filler music. Bye for now.
It got soft. All right, let's walk you through what you heard and what you didn't hear.
I'll explain a little bit about that. Margaritaville, that's never a bad one to hear.
Song number 1 was Breathe Again by Tony Braxton.
If I never saw you
Song number 2
again.
was X Factor by Miss Lauryn Hill. There's a reason I'm not going into everybody. Song number 3 was Here by Alessia Cara. Song number 4 was Going Under by Evanescence. Song number 5 was Baby Can I Hold You by Tracy Chapman. This is a beautiful song. I really like this.
Mm-hmm. That's a great album, by the way. The Tracy Chapman self-titled album.
Song number 6 was Walking in Memphis by Mark Cohn.
Mm-hmm. Which just recently, like after we had the delay, was a Saturday Night Live parody for Staten Island with him and like Pete Davidson and a bunch of people called Walking in Staten.
Okay. Song number 7 was I'll Follow the Sun by the Beatles.
And then song number 8, what happened here was I did the same thing I do when I forget to attach a file in an email, where I say, attached, you'll find. And I think that just typing the fact that I've attached a thing is the same as attaching a thing.
In your brain it is,
So
yes.
what happened was I got to the end of recording all the intros, and I'm like, here's song number 8. Perfect, nailed it, done.
What you didn't hear was Body by Megan Thee Stallion.
Yep.
And those artists all have in common that they won the Best New Artist Grammy. This award was dominated by women in the 90s and 2000s. Mm-hmm. But the goal of this round was to use all the work that won them the Best New Artist. So I wanted to only use things from their first album. That's the reason Fun isn't on here. They won Best New Artist. But I also really like Aim to Ignite, their first album, better than Some Nights, and they won for Some Nights.
Song 8 was Milli Vanilli, even the clip was rescinded. Fantastic, Alexander.
I like it.
All right.
So that was round number 3.
Yes, and we would like to say thank you to Stephen Glassman for their
thank you,
donation. Stephen, thank you very much for
Just trying to get us drunk on scotch.
taking care of us. Oh. Track 8 was My Milli Vanilli and then was withdrawn. Yep. All right, moving on to round number 4. Ready to do it?
Yep, let's do it.
Here we go. Question number 1, TJ.
Olan was the first wife of what literary character? A Chinese farmer who experiences the miserable depths of poverty and the glittering world of the upper class in Pearl S. Buck's novel, The Good Earth. Olan is the first wife of what literary character who is a Chinese farmer who experiences the miserable depths of poverty and the glittering world of the upper class in Pearl S. Buck's novel, The Good Earth? What Chinese farmer is in The Good Earth? That is question number 1.
And question number 2, in the role of Ken Barlow, actor William Roche is the longest tenured performer on what British soap opera, named for a cobblestone road in the fictional town of Weatherfield? The fictional town of Weatherfield is the setting, that's what I meant to say, for what British soap opera, whose longest tenured actor is William Roche, playing the role of Ken Barlow, and which is named for a cobblestone road in Weatherfield. That's question number 2. What is the name of that British soap opera named for a cobblestone road?
Question number 3. Along with solar flares and particles within Earth's magnetic field, one of the primary sources of galactic radiation in the universe are what high-energy protons that travel near the speed of light and originate either within the sun or outside of our galaxy. One of the primary sources of galactic radiation in the universe are what high-energy protons that travel near the speed of light and originate either within the sun or outside of our galaxy? That is question 3.
I specifically moved this one away from the magnitudes question because I knew I used magnetic.
Yep.
Question number 4. After a rowdy carnival in 1776, the once stately Teatro Regio Ducale was destroyed in a fire and later rebuilt at a nearby site under what name, taken from the church that once stood in its place?
Must have been a rowdy party.
It was indeed. I wonder what they could have been celebrating. 1776. Probably not, but it's fun to think so. After a rowdy carnival in 1776, the once stately Teatro Regio Ducale was destroyed in a fire and later rebuilt at a nearby site under what name, taken from the church that once stood in its place. What was the new name of the Teatro Regio Ducale, which was burned down in 1776? That's question number 4.
Question number 5. At the 1983 Tony Awards, the production Merlin twice lost out to A Dead Man, who won a posthumous Tony Award for Best Book of a Musical and Best Score for what musical in which the opening act depicts its title characters maddened by the midnight dance? So in what musical would you find the characters maddened by the midnight dance in the opening act and won a posthumous Tony Award for Book of a Musical and Best Score of a Musical, both times giving it to Merlin?
Yeah. R.I.P. Doug Henning. Like, literally, R.I.P. Doug Henning.
Yeah.
That's the guy from Merlin, not from the other thing. I'm not giving that.
I know.
But yeah.
What is that musical? That's question number 5.
Question number 6. Which country's national soccer team has participated in 10 out of the 21 FIFA World Cups played since 1930, appearing in 3 finals in 1974, 1978, and 2010? In 1974, 1978, and 2010, which national team made an appearance in the FIFA World Cup final?
And as an extra hint, as of last week, they'll participate in 11.
Yep, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I was wondering about that.
Yep.
So we need to update that question. So which country's national soccer team will now participate in 11 of the 22 FIFA World Cups since
Although
1930?
the 22nd has not kicked off yet.
Although it has not kicked off yet.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a possibility it couldn't kick off. Who knows?
We'll see.
I mean,
It is Qatar.
they've strong-armed it through already.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, name that national team. TJ.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Question number 7. In 1994, in what's often credited as the first online transaction, Dan Cohn, another Cohn, nice, of NetMarket, sold one of his friends a copy of 10 Summoner's Tales, the 4th solo studio album from what singer, who titled the record for a combined pun using their real name and the name of a character from the Canterbury Tales. 10 Summoner's Tales was the 4th studio album by what singer who titled the record for a combined pun using their real name and the name of a character from the Canterbury Tales and is often credited as the first online transaction. For a 1992 album, right? It was a 92 album.
Double checking that. Yeah.
I
think it was released early 93. I think it was recorded in 92. Let me double check that. It was released in March of 1993.
Okay. So, 1993 album, then.
Yep, 1994 purchase. And question number 8. The Chicken Joy and Yum Burger are 2 of the signature items at what international fast food chain that opened its first establishment in Quezon City in 1975? Once again, the Chicken Joy and Yum Burger are 2 of the signature items at what international fast food chain that opened its first establishment in Quezon City in 1975. Just give us the name of that fast food chain. That's question number 8. Now it's time for the recap.
It is indeed question number 1. Olan is the first wife of what literary character? A Chinese farmer who experiences the miserable depths of poverty in the glittering world of the upper class in Pearl S. Buck's novel, The Good Earth. What is that literary character? That's question 1.
Question number 2. In the role of Ken Barlow, actor William Roche is the longest tenured performer on what British soap opera named for a cobblestone road in the fictional town of Weatherfield?
Question number 3. Along with solar flares and particles within the Earth's magnetic field, one of the primary sources of galactic radiation in the universe are what high-energy protons that travel near the speed of light and originate either within the sun or outside of our galaxy? That's question 3.
Question number 4. After a rowdy carnival in 1776, the once stately Teatro Regio Ducale was destroyed in a fire and later rebuilt at a nearby site under what name, taken from the church that once stood in its place? What is the new name of the rebuilt Teatro Regio Ducale, which burned down in 1776? That's question number 4.
Question number 5. At the 1983 Tony Awards, the production Merlin twice lost out to A Dead Man, who won a posthumous Tony Award for Best Book of a Musical and Best Score for what musical, in which the opening act depicts its title characters maddened by the midnight dance? What musical has the opening act depicting its characters maddened by the midnight dance? That is question 5.
Question number 6. Which country's national soccer team has participated in 10 of the 21 FIFA World Cups and is now qualified for an 11th that have been played since 1930, appearing in 3 finals in 1974, 1978, and 2010. Runner-up each time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Runner-up each time. Anyway, which national team is that? That's question number 6.
Question number 7. In 1994, and what's often credited as the first online transaction, Dan Cohn of NetMarket sold one of his friends a copy of 10 Summoner's Tales, the 4th solo studio album from what singer, who titled the record for a combined pun using their real name and the name of a character from the Canterbury Tales. Who's that singer? That's question 7.
And question number 8, your last of the round, says that the Chicken Joy and Yum Burger are 2 of the signature items at what international fast food chain that opened its first establishment in Quezon City in 1975. What is the name of that international fast food chain? That's question number 8, and that is round number 4 in the books.
We are
all right,
in and we are done.
We are indeed. Get your answers in. We're going to bust out some more blues music, and we'll get back to you in another 3 minutes. Good luck, everybody. And All right, everybody, let's take a look at the answers from round number 4, starting with question number 1. TJ.
Question number 1. Olan was the first wife of what literary character? The Chinese farmer who experiences the miserable depths of poverty in the glittering world of the upper class in Pearl S. Buck's novel The Good Earth. That character is Wang Lung.
Then question number 2. In the role of Ken Barlow, actor William Roche is the longest tenured performer in on what British soap opera, named for a cobblestone road in the fictional town of Weatherfield? That is Coronation Street. And of course, the central piece is the Rover's Return Inn, which is a pub.
Of course it is. Question 3. Along with solar flares and particles within Earth's magnetic field, one of the primary sources of galactic radiation in the universe are what high-energy protons that travel near the speed of light and originate either within the sun or outside of our galaxy. And that is cosmic rays. It's our second Disney thing.
Second Tomorrowland reference.
Yeah, oh man.
Can you tell where we worked?
Yeah. It smells awful inside the castle, right outside of Cosmic Rays. Because that's where they keep the trash compactor.
Exactly. If you walk through the Utilidor and you walk behind Cosmic Rays, that is where they keep the trash compactor, and it is rancid.
It is the worst.
It is the worst.
It is also where I walk to go to work almost every day.
Yep. Question number 4. After a rowdy carnival in 1776, the once stately Teatro Regio Ducale was destroyed in a fire and later rebuilt on a nearby site under what name? Taken from the church that once stood in its place, it became La Scala, the Milan Opera House. Yeah, so La Scala was your answer.
Couldn't tell it was Italy.
Yes, exactly. Teatro Regio Ducale. So much fun to say.
Question number 5. At the 83 Tony Awards, the production Merlin twice lost out to a dead man, who won a posthumous Tony Award for Best Book of a Musical and Best Score. For what musical? Which in the opening act depicts its title characters maddened by the midnight dance that is Cats.
It is indeed. DM Fitz, way to play the meta game, figuring out the anagram that wasn't an anagram. Got to stay sharp. Got to stay sharp for round 2, question 8. You know it's coming every week. Question number 6. Which country's national soccer team has participated in 10 of the 21 FIFA World Cups played since 1930, appearing in 3 finals in 1974, 1978, and 2010? I know in 2010 they lost to Spain. Do you know the other ones?
One was, I believe, West Germany.
That makes sense.
And I don't remember the other one.
Anyway, that is the Netherlands.
Oh, Wesley Sneijder's down bad.
He's down bad.
Yeah.
Take it away, TJ.
Yeah, Netherlands, after missing out on the last World Cup, punched their ticket this past week. Shout out to Memphis Depay.
Yep.
Question number 7. In 1994, what's often credited as the first online transaction, Dan Cohn of NetMarket sold one of his friends a copy of 10 Summoner's Tales, the 4th solo studio album from what singer, who titled the record out for a combined pun using their real name and the name of a character from the Canterbury Tales. That is Gordon Sumner, a.k.a. Sting.
Yep, indeed. And your last one of the round, the Chicken Joy and Yum Burger are 2 of the signature items at what international fast food chain that opened its first establishment in Quezon City in 1975. Y'all did very well in this round, especially...
I've heard that this is a thing you must try. I've never had the pleasure of some Jollibee chicken.
But yeah, Jollibee was the answer. Y'all got that right. Y'all got Sting right. And I think everybody got Netherlands right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It was a real high-scoring round.
Somebody said Colombia.
Oh, somebody said Colombia. Okay.
Scoring update. In 6th place with 24 points, we have John Benet Ramstein playing 2 rounds. With 25 points, 5th place for Team Coast to Coast. 4th place, 27 points for 3rd podium. 3rd place, 32 points for Kanye West Now Virus. 2nd place, Butterball Hotline, 35 points. And in 1st place with 37, it's Anky Panky.
All right. Time to move on to our final round and get this decided. TJ, do you want to take question number 1?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Question number 1. The Hugo Awards are named for Hugo Gernsback, the founder of what magazine that launched in 1926 as America's first publication devoted exclusively to science fiction. Hugo Gernsback founded what magazine that launched in 1926 as America's first publication devoted exclusively to science fiction? That is question number 1.
Question number 2. The former city of Moriyama merged with what city in Honshu's Aichi Prefecture? The fourth largest city in Japan in terms of population after Tokyo, Yokohama, and Osaka. So what is the name of the fourth largest city in Japan in terms of population? This is after Tokyo, Yokohama, and Osaka. It merged with the former city of Moriyama and is located in Honshu's Aichi Prefecture. What is the name of that Japanese city? That's question number 2.
Question number 3. In the sport of cricket, a batsman scores 6 runs for hitting a ball over the boundary. How many points? You still put it with points. How many runs are scored if the batsman hits the boundary on the ground?
Yeah.
How many runs is it worth if a batsman hits a boundary on the ground as opposed to hitting it over, which is worth 6 runs?
Yep. If it sails over, it's 6. If it strikes the boundary, it's this
on the
many.
Ground. Yep.
It's this many. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's the question number 3.
Yep.
Sorry, I thought I changed both of those. Star Podium's round 5 answer sheet. Okay, give me 1 sec. Do you want to take
question
this
number 4? Taking a page from the Sherlock Holmes playbook, what NBC series concluded its 3-season run with The Wrath of the Lamb? An episode that ends with 2 of the primary characters pulling each other over a seaside cliff. So once again, taking a page from the Sherlock Holmes playbook, what NBC series concluded its 3-season run with The Wrath of the Lamb? An episode that ends with 2 of the primary characters pulling each other over a seaside cliff. What is that NBC show? That is question 4.
And if you want to take this one too, I'm going to do number 6.
Question number 5, seen on the following slide. What type of area denial weapon typically consists of a collection of spiked metal points arranged and weighted in such a way the sharp points always face upwards? So what kind of area denial weapon are you seeing on this slide?
All right, and as we're moving along, let's hit it with question number 6, which comes to you from Sarah Ann Ramp. And I just want to say thank you very much, Sarah. Toasted. TJ, you mind clinking it for me? Cheers. There we go. Sarah says, famously testy, Georgia O'Keeffe at first acted annoyed by which famous friend that she later praised as a blonde soprano who could sing high, clear notes without fear. This friend was a multi-talented artist who painted many of her own album covers. Once again, famously testy, Georgia O'Keeffe at first acted annoyed by which famous friend she later praised as a blonde soprano who could sing high, clear notes without fear. A multi-talented artist who painted many of her own album covers. Who is Georgia O'Keeffe talking about here? That's question number 6. And mind if I round this one out? And we'll get back to it on the next one.
That's cool.
Question number 7, released the same year as a similarly named Taylor Swift record. R.E.D. was a 2012 album by what R&B artist born Shafir Shamir Smith, who charted in the top 10 with the album's single Let Me Love You Until You Learn to Love Yourself. Once again, the 2012 album R.E.D., meaning Realize Every Dream, was a release from what R&B artist born Shafir Shamir Smith, who charted in the top 10 with the album's single Let Me Love You Until You Learn to Love Yourself. Who is that R&B artist? That's question number 7. And your last one. Based on a Tony Award-winning play by Clifford Odets, what 1954 film starred Grace Kelly as the wife of an alcoholic actor, in a role that won Kelly the Academy Award for Best Actress? So again, Grace Kelly won her only Academy Award for Best Actress for what 1954 film based on a play by Clifford Odets? That's question number 8. It is now time for the recap.
It is indeed. Question number 1, the Hugo Awards are named for Hugo Gernsback, the founder of what magazine that launched in 1926 as America's first publication devoted exclusively to science fiction. What is the name of that magazine? That's question 1.
Question number 2, the former city of Moriyama merged with what city in Honshu's Aichi Prefecture? This city is the 4th largest in Japan in terms of population, after Tokyo, Yokohama, and Osaka. What is the name of that Japanese city? That's question number 2.
Question number 3. In the sport of cricket, a batsman scores 6 runs for hitting a ball over the boundary. And how many runs are scored if the batsman hits the boundary on the ground? Here is the boundary for those that need a photo reference. If you hit it over,
If it goes,
goes over,
Shoo!
it's 6. If he hits it on the ground, how many runs are scored? That's the hand signal.
oh, that's it?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
that's
know
the
that.
hand signal.
I
Yeah.
thought you were just playing an imaginary piano.
Nope.
Question number 4, taking a page from the Sherlock Holmes playbook. What NBC series concluded its 3-season run with The Wrath of the Lamb? An episode that ends with 2 of the primary characters pulling each other over a seaside cliff. Very clear nod to the Reichenbach Fall there.
Yeah, just a bit.
But what is the name of that NBC series that concluded its 3-season run with The Wrath of the Lamb? That is question number 4.
Yep.
TJ.
Be right there. Question number 5. Seen on the following slide, what type of area denial weapon typically consists of a collection of spiked metal points arranged and weighted so that the sharp end always points up? So what is the area denial weapon you see on this slide? That is question 5. And question number 6 is brought to you by Sarah.
It is indeed. Sarah, thank you for this question, which says... Fitting because I'm doing the whole thing because Archer was the inspiration for that last question.
Oh, yeah.
Question number 6. Famously testy. Georgia O'Keeffe at first acted annoyed by which famous friend she later praised as a blonde soprano who could sing high, clear notes without fear. A multi-talented artist who painted many of her own album covers. Who is that woman that Georgia O'Keeffe is talking about? That's question number 6. All right, TJ, here you go.
Question number 7, released the same year as a similarly titled Taylor Swift record, R.E.D., Realize Every Dream, was a 2012 album by what R&B artist born Shafir Shamir Smith, who charted in the top 10 with the album's lead single, Let Me Love You, Until You Learn to Love Yourself. Who put out that 2012 album and that single? That's question 7.
And your last one of the evening, question number 8 in round 5, says that based on a Tony Award-winning play by Clifford Odets, what 1954 film starred Grace Kelly as the wife of an alcoholic actor in a role that won Kelly the Academy Award for Best Actress? Identify that film that won Grace Kelly her only Oscar for Best Actress. That's question number 8. That's the end of round number 5. It's exciting times because it's time for you to submit your answers. Gonna roll it back here to the front. Gonna give you some blues music one more time and start that timer. Good luck, everybody. See you soon.
Nice.
All right, everybody, let's take a look at the answers from our final round and reveal our winner. Starting with question number 1, TJ.
The Hugo Awards are named for Hugo Gernsback, the founder of what magazine that launched in 1926 as America's first publication devoted exclusively to science fiction? That is Amazing Stories.
Yeah, and we found that collage that just so happened to have some of our favorites. I mean, it's got the octopus one on that, or the sea monster one, rather.
Yep.
So, definitely our favorites.
Sea monsters.
Sea monster. Question number 2, the former city of Moriyama merged with what city in Honshu's Aichi Prefecture? This city is the 4th largest in terms of population behind Tokyo, Yokohama, and Osaka. We had a few teams saying Kyoto, which seems like it would make sense, but it is not. Actually, this is Nagoya. We only had one team get this right, so very well done. There's the palace at Nagoya. Beautiful, beautiful layered structure.
Question number 3, in the sport of cricket, a batsman scores 6 runs for hitting a ball over the boundary. How many do they get if you give them this signal? They get 4 runs. 4 runs for hitting the boundary on the ground. That is your requisite cricket knowledge now.
Yep.
You know how cricket scoring works?
Cricket question in like 2 years.
Yep.
Question number 4, taking a page from the Sherlock Holmes playbook, what NBC series concluded its 3-season run with The Wrath of the Lamb? An episode that ends with 2 of the primary characters pulling each other over a seaside cliff. And that would be Hannibal.
Hannibal is really good, not just for some of the more exotic sequences, but also for the food porn.
Yeah.
Good for
sure.
food porn.
Hannibal is honestly fantastic.
Mads Mikkelsen's fantastic.
There's a ton of unbelievable elements in it, but I mean, if you're there for entertainment, good performances, and stunning visuals, like visually, it is a fantastic series. Check it out.
Question number 5. See on the following slide, what type of area denial weapon typically consists of a collection of spiked metal points arranged and weighted in such a way that the sharp ends always up? This was a social, and these are caltrops.
Those are indeed caltrops, yep. And your question from Sarah Ann Rapp, who says that famously testy, Georgia O'Keeffe at first acted annoyed by which famous friend? She later praised as a blonde soprano who could sing high, clear notes without fear. A multi-talented artist who painted many of her own album covers. We've got Marlene Dietrich, Dolly Parton, and Breckenridge in here. Not sure who that alludes to, but this was Joni Mitchell. That is from her album Taming the Tiger. But yeah, Joni Mitchell herself, an accomplished painter, and I guess as friendly as one could be with Georgia O'Keeffe.
Question number 7, released the same year as a similarly titled Taylor Swift record. R.E.D. was a 2012 album by what R&B artist? Born Shamir Smith, which charted in the top 10 with the album's lead single, Let Me Love You Until You Learn to Love Yourself.
Until you learn to love yourself.
That is Neo.
Yep. Neo is underrated.
Neo's
Neo is
quite good.
absolutely underrated.
Neo is quite good.
Most everything Neo puts out is really good. Vank Daddy says the inspiration for Legos, and I'm guessing that's caltrops and not Joni Mitchell or Neo.
I'm saying.
But yeah, that's really cool. I did not know that. And your last one of the night, based on a Tony Award-winning play by Clifford Odets. What 1954 film starred Grace Kelly as the wife of an alcoholic actor? In a role that won Kelly the Academy Award for Best Actress, that would be The Country Girl.
And some of Grace Kelly's lines in The Country Girl appear in the Micah song Grace Kelly that charted in the top 10 in the UK charts.
Yep. Indeed they do. TJ, take us to the results.
Yes, let's do it.
Sorry.
You're going to be. 6th place, 29 points for John Benet Ramstein.
Playing only 3 rounds.
5th place, 30 points for Team Coast to Coast. 4th place, 32 points for third podium. 39 points in 3rd place for Kanye West Nile Virus. In 2nd place with 41 points, it's Butterball Hotline. And in 1st place, 43 points for Anky Panky. Congratulations, Anky Panky. That's a pretty good score, 43.
Yeah, I think everybody did pretty well all the way around. I mean, Yeah.
Ground got dunked.
We definitely made an effort to include some harder questions. Cosmic Rays was intentionally included to be harder. Wang Lung was intentionally included to be harder.
The Japanese city.
Nagoya was intentionally included
yep.
to be harder. Yep, for sure. So yeah, well done, everybody. We had a fantastic time bringing you this game. Thank you for waiting 2 weeks for it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to do that, mostly going forward.
Yep.
I mean, we're not going to speak for any possible scheduling
especially with the
things that
holidays coming up.
Yep.
Thank you very much. And you guys have been killing it all night on the donations, but if you want to donate some more, it's at McKinney-Sizemore for Venmo, at ksizemore@hotmail.com for PayPal. And
I'd like
Cash
to
App.
thank Kent for just donating,
Hey,
by
thank
the
you,
way.
Kent.
And did we thank Mark?
Yes. Did we thank Mark? If we
Well, let's
didn't,
do it again.
Yeah. Thank
So
you
let's thank
very
you.
much to Mark Dawson.
Kent Buxton and Mark Dawson. Thank
Great
you very
people.
much. Absolutely. Absolutely great people. Great teammates.
Everybody Wang Wong tonight.
I think we've got a future team name.
Yep. Exactly.
All right. Have a wonderful night, everybody. We're going to go check out the end of that football game.
Thank
So,
you so
check
much.
us out. Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. We're going to play some blues.
Leave
And
this up for a few minutes.
that's
And
it.
check out.
That's it. I already made the Wang Lung tonight joke. Yep. I think we're going to have a couple of teams
Yeah,
named Wang Lung.
it's going to be a fun one.
Good night, everybody.